starting now. Okay, that's good.
Oh my goodness.
In order to process the data that I've into the hourly bins that I've created, remember the data are in columns A and B, and I guess column C, but it's really just columns A and B, the time at which each event took place that I'm interested in. I'm going to select all the hourly bins that I'm interested in, all the way down. And I'm only interested in going to 930, but if I go further, that's okay. It won't hurt anything. It'll just have zeros for where I don't have data. 930 was when I recorded it, when I collected it, so I go there, and then I go under the data menu, which is at the top here, data analysis, and under data analysis I hit histogram and hit OK, and I give it the input range, which I just selected. So I will say H. I should have selected it now. Do it again. Almost there. There we go. So I just selected H2 to H2233. That's over 2,000 cells. That's the input range, and that's the bin range, sorry. But I have an easy way of fixing that. Cut, paste. The input range is the time range that I'm interested in of the data that's been collected. So that's column B. All the times in column B, and the reason I'm only picking the times, it includes both time and date. So every point where I got a data point recorded, I am going to input into the input range. So the input range are the data, which refer to the times of collection, and the bin range are the hourly bins that I just created. And I'm going to have it put it in a new worksheet. So I hit OK. And the formula entered contains an error. What did I do? Oh, I see. Okay. Think. There we go. All right. It's doing it. It should create a new worksheet, which it just did. And so what we have here is the hourly bin along with the number of tips that were recorded during that hour. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that and I'm going to divide it by what the calibration is, which I think is 120 for this bucket, but whatever the calibration number is, I'm not sure what it is for this bucket, but for whatever bucket, you can look up that data on the Google sheet spreadsheet that gives that. And then you put it in there and you drag it down. Whoops. You say equals, sorry, not 0 divided by 120, but B2. Whoop. I want to put equals, redo it, equals B2 divided by whatever the calibration is, which I'm assuming here is 120. It may not be. Fix that later. And then go back here. Then I click that, and it fills the whole thing. Once I double click the little corner on the right and the right lower corner of that cell, it'll fill it all with the calculated version of that. And this should be the same thing as the hourly data I actually did do here when I did it right. And then 120 is the calibration. I'm going to repeat this for the daily so you see what I did. So I'm going to go back to the original raw data. Here's the daily bins. So what I'm going to do again is I'm going to go under Data, Data Analysis, and I'll hit Histogram. I hit OK. The input range is the same one that I just did. I don't have to re-enter that. The output range are the daily bins that I'm interested in. So I'll go here and select Output Range. And for daily bins, I'll begin at the top, 630, and I will drag it down. So at this time I have about 93 bins from I2 to I94 because daily are going to be much fewer than hourly because there's 24 hours in a day. So I should have like 1/24 the number of hours I had earlier about. I click OK. And here are the daily totals. Again, this is the day. And this is the number of tips I had that day. July 1st, I had 18 tips. I want to convert it to be a volume in liters, so I divide it by the calibration. And then sorry, I made a mistake there. Drag it down, and it does the calculation for me. You can see, interestingly, on July 27th, or July 26th, we got 1.6 liters in that one day. July 16th, we got 1.8 liters. So we got a good chunk of a liter, if not more than a liter, on some of the days here. And other days, we got a fraction of a liter. Very heavy day. August 8th, August 9th, we got almost 4 liters on each of those days, just from that one fog collector. And then it tapers off towards the end of the summer. Okay, you could do the same thing for weekly, but I think you got the idea now. So I will end this video.